Hi, this is Purple Turtle Tarot. I'm really hoping that my audio is working all right because my laptop sounds like it's overheating a lot also. And I fixed the storage issue on my phone, but I was just worried that was also going to overheat. So I don't know why my devices are giving me issues a lot, but hopefully I wanted to try it and actually do an astrology, like all 12 signs in this reading today. I have no idea how long it's going to take, so hopefully my computer will be able to do it. For every single sign, I chose a different deck intuitively. So yeah, every single sign gets a different deck today. I feel like the order that they're in, like I think it starts with Aquarius, and then the next one's Aries, and then I think the next one's Capricorn. I feel like signs that are right next to each other may resonate with each other, and then I will mention during the readings too if there's like other signs that you should also look at if they seem relevant to your particular sign. And most people pay attention to their sun signs, but you can also definitely look at your moon or your rising or your Venus sign. And if you need help, like finding out which specific signs you have other than your sun sign, you can comment and I will let you know. Okay, so we have Aquarius to start. Aquarius. Oh. Okay, so I have the Two of Coins here. And so Aquarius, you need to prioritize possibly work or business pursuits over other things right now. Like over leisure stuff, hobbies, family, relationships, friendships right now. Some sacrifices need to be made. This is Aztec mythology. And by sacrifices, I mean one's own time and energy, not others. Because a lot of people in this world, like, really have it twisted about, oh yeah, I can sacrifice someone else's energy so I can climb the ladder. Yeah, that's what everyone does. I'll do it too. No. Kind of like, I mean, this next symbolism reminds me of Moana and the symbolism of Te Fiti and how someone stole Te Fiti's heart, and she kind of represents like Mother Gaia as well. I don't know if Te Fiti's an actual goddess in Hawaiian mythology, but I've been channeling Mother Gaia for like a couple of weeks, and so someone stole her heart basically, or her life essence, and then they had to feel the wrath of her volcanic side. I don't know if her volcanic side also had a name or if she was also considered Te Fiti. But then there's Pele, the Hawaiian goddess. So we have the Queen of Wands. So this Aquarius can have fire sign placements or have fire sign, just be very fiery, inspirational, confident person. They may be a dancer also, or have Hawaiian ancestry or Polynesian Islander ancestry. And my intuitive synchronicity was last night. How did I even come upon it? Okay, well, that's tangenting too much. But I was drawing something last night, and then it led me to getting onto Steven Universe's wiki, in looking up gem fusions, which is like gem people characters fusing together to make more powerful characters. And the most powerful one in the show is called Obsidian, and Obsidian comes from a volcano. I don't know if this is tangenting too much, but it might be a message. And basically, Obsidian was the one that was able to defeat the final boss in Steven Universe. Sorry if I'm doing spoilers. It's been, I think the whole entire show's been out for a long time now. They defeated like these diamonds. I think I actually have a picture of the diamonds here. This is Blue Diamond. But the diamonds, they're actually antagonists in the show, and I think they basically represent capitalism or consumerism or greed. And they also enslave other gems, and they also mind control them and everything, and think the diamonds think all the other gems are disposable, basically. So it's weird that this follows like sacrifice a little bit, and that I think this Obsidian character is made from garnet, sapphire, ruby, opal, pearl, amethyst. I don't know if the gems really matter. They might, an Aquarius might have help healing with crystals right now. But Steven Universe is the main character, and his mom passed away when he was little, or maybe even like before he was born. It was kind of like she decided she wanted to have a child, but a human child. In order to do that, she basically sacrificed herself to have Steven. But he holds all of her abilities. So I feel like this Aquarius has some sort of ancestral inheritance. Really strongly tied to love, because Rose Quartz is all about love and compassion. This Aquarius has a very strong heart chakra, especially too because all of these cards have a lot of green in them. And so, as cheesy as that sounds, love and fiery energy, I guess, are really helpful for an Aquarius right now, and severing binds and cords to energy vampires, to people that are okay with sacrificing others or are greedy and use others. And I think Pele may also be helping this Aquarius as well. It's funny too, like, I don't know, her ankle is prominent here. She's like lifting her ankle, and Aquarius rules the ankles. I mean, that's not usually where the heart chakra, something about the heart chakra, like helping heal the ankles, or like maybe needing to connect to, what is it called? The Earth Star chakra also, which is the brown chakra about a foot underneath you. That might be helpful too. And then with these sacrifices and prioritizing with positive intentions, this Aquarius is going to be able to harvest the fruits of their labor. Their prosperity is going to be protected from all these pentacles etched into the watermelons. Something about this mythology, I think it was a Chinese mythology, is that these watermelons were like shared with the emperor or something. So an Aries might resonate with this reading, which is interesting because Aries is the next sign. I don't know if I should. I started off smaller because I thought I was going to make individual shorts for each sign, and then I was like, I have too much to say for every sign, so I'm just going to make a video. Yeah, I guess. A couple more cards for Aquarius. Because, you know, I'm a little biased since I'm an Aquarius, but I love Aquariuses, men and women. Except for the ones that raised me, unfortunately. I'm a third generation Aquarius, female Aquarius. I think that's kind of interesting. But I don't know, because it's hard. I mean, especially if they come from other countries, like hard to get the exact birth time. I think my grandma is like a Leo moon. I think my mom is a Virgo moon, and I'm a Gemini moon. Which is funny because, like, my grandma has, like, no anxiety and all of the confidence. My mom has a lot of anxiety and overthinks, and I'm like, I have, like, a lot of confidence, but I also overthink and have a lot of anxiety from my moon sign, and I think it, like, shows very much between all three of us, like, the differences from just our moon signs. Me wanting to talk a lot, definitely. Gemini. I love my Gemini moon, man. Sorry. Just continuing with the Aquarius reading. Well, I mean, that might be a message for Aquariuses, is like there might be like some sort of prominent placement. It doesn't have to be your sun sign. That might be very common in your family, and that might show something about your family and stuff. And maybe to just research, kind of like Steven Universe, like how he got his mom's abilities and everything. Just research maybe your family history on if you gained any skills that seem to run in the family, and like try and, you know, work on those. Why am I having a loss for words now? Okay, I didn't want that many cards, but all right. King of Swords. Okay, so some masculine air sign energy for this Aquarius. This Aquarius can be a man or a woman. And this is a Phoenix, so this is also Scorpio energy here. This person really knows how to speak their mind. They're very logical, very rational, in a very healthy, balanced way. They could also have Leo placements. And like all these signs I'm saying for Aquarius, these could be energies around you also. It's interesting that it's a crocodile. So there's some reptilian, it's like a crocodile line, reptilian lion ancestry here. There's a lot of red and green. I don't think the whole entire deck has just those colors, but lots of red and green. So root chakra too. And I rarely wear red. I'm an Aquarius, and because it's Tuesday, I felt the need to wear a lot of red today. But they really know how to soothe and tame beasts here. They really do. And it's interesting, this actually came out right underneath this card as like a bear child. So, and like this one reminds me of Brother Bear, and that's like an older bear teaching a younger bear things. So it doesn't have to be an actual sibling or something, but like this Aquarius is meant to mentor people. Yeah, maybe they're mentoring a Leo. And then let's see what other cards. This is upright. Oh, I think I axed. I think this one was reverse. This one was upright. Oh, that's weird though. This one is a mythology about mentors. And it's about, I think, a student that the mentors can be really harsh. So I guess if the Aquarius is the one mentoring, just be aware of how harsh you can be. Even though usually a King of Swords in the upright means like a person knows how to teach things and articulate things without being harsh, I guess this card says, well, maybe there's still some like abrasiveness with collaborating with others and being mentored by others or mentoring others. Yeah, and if you're an Aquarius that's the student, like, just try to be respectful to your mentors. Like, don't do things that are like gonna make them like have to like, what is it, crack the whip at you? Okay. And then Four of Cups. So I mean, how does this tie in with the rest of the reading though? There's something about like the Holy Grail and Mulan, and a lot more red again. But there's like these three nice golden cups here, and then there's this one like kind of unassuming one in the back. Oh, and these are all fake birds here. Decorated, nicely decorated, but fake birds. And then this is a real bird. And when I was about to start this reading, I did hear birds chirping kind of late in the day. Usually I feel like they're a lot, they chirp more in the morning. Or lately around me. But it's like, pay attention to the actual like signs around you, possibly involving animals, because you have crocodile here, lion, bear, crocodile. Someone can live in Australia or Florida, possibly. Yeah. And yeah, and someone can have Hawaiian or Chinese descent, because I think Chinese mythologies came out multiple times here. And I guess that too is like, Aquarius usually is great at this, is being authentic, but this reminds me of, you know, the Mulan scene where she's like, she has to force herself to do something she really is like not, to be a proper housewife. Like, Mulan did not want to do that, and she was not great at it because that's not where her heart was. Why do I like keep getting like emotionally choked up? I don't feel like that's negative energy someone's sending me. I just feel like I'm channeling it. But yeah, like, avoid trying to put on the frills or like dress yourself up to impress the wrong people. Like, there's peaches here and growth. The right person is going to see growth even in your natural state. They're going to view you as a very fertile, Empress type of person. Why? Okay, I spent 18 minutes on the first one, and that's gonna, this is gonna be a long video. Like, how long can YouTube videos be? Oh, wait. Oh, no. Alright, that was long. Okay, next sign, Aries. You have the Six of Swords. Hangman. Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Wands. I'm noticing more yellow in this spread, so solar plexus plexus activation, needing to do that, or it's very strong. Usually Aries has a naturally strong solar plexus. It's about action. This is about like leaving a situation for newer destinations. This card reminds me of One Piece. Because they're like pirates. I mean, Aries is a leader. Someone may view Aries as a leader, trying to lead them out of a situation. What situation? From being stuck and having a lack of fortune here. The Aries could feel stuck, or they could possibly be so generous trying to get other people unstuck that it kind of leads to them losing out. There's draconian energy here because there's multiple Shoryus, Neopet dragon. And what else is I gonna say? Also, just the Neopets deck in general. I think Aries may benefit from just working with animals, or even talking to the Fae. There may also be some internal emotional conflict within the Aries of like being forgiving and compassionate with oneself and others, and also just being like very vengeful and petty and spiteful. I mean, this could be two different parties, but it could be something internal. And so this Aries needs to they probably get like a really big ego boost from when people ask them to like help them out with things, and they like want to because they are actually a compassionate person that wants to help, but also because they just want the ego boost of being like, yeah, I helped you. I don't know if this is Aries energy or someone else in their energy. So, well, this one's Aries energy because it's got an A on the shield. This person might be learning something or going to school. Also interesting because I was just looking up how to make like custom coats of arms. Or what else are they called? Crests, like family crests. Because I was like, what's my family crest? I have like a really rare last name, and like I can never find anything about my last name other than there is a town in Egypt. It's one of the first towns inhabited during the time of the first pharaohs, which I find so awesome. Even though I'm not Egyptian in this lifetime, so it's weird. But there's a family crest right here. So I would maybe suggest like looking up your family crest and seeing if there's anything you can learn about it. Maybe. And then there's this King of Swords. Oh, he is all about knowledge. Maybe like this person loves to learn and everything, but they also like judge. They judge other people's knowledge a lot, because that's what this guy in Neopets does. I think he'll ask you like, tell me something I don't know. And people will like tell him something and be like, I already know that. Try again tomorrow. Sometimes I think he says even meaner things. But yeah, this person thinks a lot. So I guess while learning, try to keep an open mind when learning things. And, be generous, but be discerning when I'm not even getting a lot of like people trying to use this Aries. It's just, they just overextend themselves to where they self-sabotage themselves. I don't think there's as much external sabotage in this spread. So, I should draw some more cards too, because I spent more time on Aquarius than Aries. I love this Neopets deck. It's one of my favorite decks. They don't even put the main designer on the deck. They definitely need to, unless it was like a collaboration thing, but come on. Okay, any more messages for Aries? Four of Wands. This is success or achievement in a community. Page of Wands. Jadora. Again, this is kind of giving similar energy to the King of Swords here. It's just like not really having an open mind. It's like having Four of Cups energy, even though this is a Page of Wands. So I don't... What's her name? Jadora? In Neopets, you can do like quests for these fairies. I think Jadora's quests are like so much harder than all of the like kind of nicer, more positive fairies. She's very demanding. So I guess in putting in action and going after things, like this Aries just needs to like be aware when they're being demanding or having really high expectations. But there's some sort of contract being signed here. For what? I don't know. This is the dark magic fairy, and then these are contracts, so I'm hoping there's not any sort of like dark magic at play, but there's another dragon. I think this dragon's called Scorpius or something. So there's Scorpio energy here. Then there's air sign energy with a King of Swords. Oh, Virgo energy. Oh, yeah, there's actually... So Virgo energy, Shadow Virgo energy with the Hangman. Wheel of Fortune is all of the fixed signs. It was in reverse. Taurus, Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So the reoccurring ones here are Aquarius and Scorpio. Something about coral also. Red coral might be helpful for an Aries right now. I think it's kind of a little harder to find at like storefronts, but you can find it online, and I think coral is generally really cheap to come by, so it's not a stone that's usually faked. So I think it's like, there's some stones I would never really recommend to buy online because they're faked a lot, like smoky quartz or citrine or turquoise or sometimes rose quartz can be faked, and malachite. Something about a skylight. I don't know. One more card. Fine. I think I'm going to try and keep most of the readings between 10 to 15 minutes. Okay. What is the Four of Wands about? What is this achievement, success, or contract about? King of Wands. Some Aries energy, Leo, and Sagittarius. So Leo's a reoccurring energy in Aries spread also now. So, I don't know. I think the community is just like looking at this King of Wands in a great light, someone that has the capacity to lead. Hopefully, tiny little thing in the back of my head is like, oh, this could be like a hitman contract. But these cards are in the upright because this king in Neopets was assassinated. And there's a contract here from another kingdom, the Aqua Kingdom or Morocco Kingdom. So, but I think it's mostly like giving Six of Wands energy. This Four of Wands and King of Wands is someone's just very admired by the community. Yeah, and that is the Aries reading. And now we have, oh gosh. Okay, the World card too at the bottom of the deck for Aries. Sorry. Which is more of the fixed sign. Lots of fixed sign energy here for a cardinal sign of Aries. Space Fairy. So, do I have more to say about that? I don't know if a cycle is closing or like this community admiring in Aries can go as far as like the world admire. Maybe this person's a content creator or someone that has like, maybe this person's in politics. I don't know. I got that. Yeah, like other readers, I should have had all of my like card decks out and ready to grab, but I like keeping them in their cases. Okay, and then we have Capricorn using the Star Spinner deck, one of my top 3 to 5 decks. Starts out great, and then some cards kind of, a lot of major arcanas for Capricorn, a lot. So it starts out with a star card, so this person could be a Capricorn Aquarius cusp, or this person has what were my interpretations when I first? This person has wish fulfillment with a lover situation. Gemini could also be an apparent sign here. Both like to. This deck has, I think, 4 lover cards in it because it's an LGBT deck. I love that about it. I'm a little confused though because I thought they had like a girl and a girl and a guy and a guy and a girl and a guy and then like I think a throuple. That's what I thought. But these are both heterosexual couples. I didn't know that, so I was kind of confused by that. And then there's also, this is Cupid or Eros in the back, but it also reminds me of Sagittarius. So this couple kind of goes back and forth between like understanding each other. I don't know, like this is dark up here and this is light down here, so it's like it's just like some darkness is kind of shrouding like this couple's ability to like see that like they're actually mesh well together and align well together. Like they're still working towards like putting investment and energy into this love situation, but it's not working out that well. And I think that's either because Capricorn or their other person is having a hard time with their throat chakra. So we have High Priestess, which could be Pisces energy as well. And we have the World reverse, which is fixed signs of Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Scorpio. So Aquarius has shown up multiple times in Capricorn spread. But yeah, it's weird because they're right next to each other and both of them are like, so one or both people, oh my gosh. I mean, it's kind of more by the heart, but like that's by, someone was like, it's so weird. But someone's throat chakra is like blocked with Capricorn. And it's like, I think deep down they know that, oh, I forgot to mention this too. There's an ibis right here, which is Thoth or Mercury. So that's Gemini energy too. Because Thoth is Mercury or Hermes. Might be beneficial to look into like Hermetic esoteric knowledge for this Capricorn. I know Capricorns usually are not very spiritual people. But maybe this one is, or they need to be, and that would help them open up their throat chakra to speak. Or, I don't know. That's not great that I can't even like freaking tell whether or not this couple is actually meant to be together or not. I think there's just codependency here. That's the cycle that needs to end. It's not necessarily the relationship. Because I was like, someone needs to listen to their intuition about a cycle ending. And I'm like, well, what cycle? Like the actual relationship? And like, not necessarily. I think it's codependency. Yeah. Because Queen of Pentacles in the upright can basically stand on their own, make their own resources, handle themselves, but in the reverse it can be codependency or possibly like using someone for money, but I'm getting more like codependent, trauma bonding and stuff. And I feel like this relationship can bring wish fulfillment, but people just need to be aware. And this Queen of Coins could also be this Capricorn, because this is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. Taurus has come out multiple times in the spread now too, so yeah. It could be zodiac year of the rabbit or bunny. And I feel like Capricorns don't do this a lot, but this Capricorn may just need to nourish themselves. Nourishing themselves is going to, like the bunnies by the throat also. Or they need to be gentle with themselves, like they were caring for a bunny. Because, like, bunnies can get really stressed out from sound and everything. So, there's some sort of balance around sound and expression or something with Capricorn. Alright. Keep forgetting. I'm trying to like make sure I put these cards in order, because what I want to do at the very end is take the very last card of every single sign and read a collective reading for every last card. What do you think? Would be interesting. Next is Taurus. So we have Temperance. That should be Sagittarius energy. But I mean, this is also a Taurus thing too. Tauruses are also very hedonistic, just like Sagittarius is, or can overindulge. This Taurus may be over drinking or falling into some vices. This is the Eight of Curses, which is the Eight of Cups. Okay, I haven't been interpreting I kind of have been interpreting the decks. This was the intuitive deck chosen for Taurus, and I feel like Taurus is going through more shadow energy right now than they usually are. So, Eight of Cups is like trying to leave a situation behind. This Taurus might be fighting their own demons. This card reminds me of the Devil also, which the Devil is Capricorn, so maybe refer back to Capricorn reading. But yeah, it's like this Taurus is like begging and pleading, like have their demons leave them alone. And then like these guys look like twins here, so this also seems like Gemini energy. Love the Lovers. Maybe someone else represents like, there could be a lover situation that is being heavily affected by inner demons from both people or one or more parties, and like, I don't know. But there also could actually be people cursing people with the Eight of Curses and the Three of Curses. Three of Cups and Eight of Cups. This is like, I don't know. Someone could be trying to talk to spirits and make contracts with demons. The Three of Curses, though, is usually like social gatherings and friends and stuff. So, I don't know, someone's friends could be like pushing them to drink a lot more. And it's like this person needs to be aware and like cut out like just, I don't know, friends that are bad influences. Yeah, I mean, this moon, I don't know, is moon magic? Maybe not necessarily. Something that was hidden and is now like really obvious possibly has brought heartache to the situation, to the Sagittarius, Taurus, and this Taurus reading. Or, you know, these friends are basically trying to cause heartache on purpose. Maybe intentionally or unintentionally to this Taurus. But I guess with this moon right next to these guys, that probably could be moon magic. Full moon magic, I don't know. And then, Three of Beasts. Umbrella. I don't know, that was the Rihanna Umbrella song. You can stand under my umbrella. Told you I'd always be your friend. Took a note, I'ma stick it out to the end. Now that it's raining more than ever, know that we still have each other. You can stand under my umbrella. Said I'd always be a friend, but these seem like fair weather or fake friends, okay? And it's like, I don't know, there's like energy here, like, I don't know, someone's energy stinks, in my opinion, with like this imagery. And like this like negative energy or stagnant energy is like halting someone's forward movement and ability to plan on how they want to just pursue things or put things into action. King of Beasts here, also wands. So this could be Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. So Sagittarius came up multiple times in the Taurus reading. Oh yeah, and there's centaur legs, so it's also Sagittarius. He's at the top of the mountain when it's upright, but he's like in a crevice. I don't know. In the reverse. Sorry. I'm trying to think. Yeah. And now he, like, this energy around these friends that possibly are bad influence is basically making someone feel like they're in a hole instead of on top of the mountain and having, like, made it over a hill or something. They feel like they have to crawl out of something, basically, and they're having this a hard time, like, navigating how to do that. The most common color here is pink. Some green and pink. So this Taurus really needs to heal their heart chakra and really ask themselves when they're partaking in certain vices. Could be drinking, could be recreational stuff, shopping, TV, self-pleasure. What else are addictions? Everything being an addiction. But yeah. So be aware of the company you keep, Taurus. Your reading was a little short, so I feel like I should pull a little more for you. Because I just want to be fair and, like, give people equally long reading. But I feel like I'm also probably just becoming faster as I'm, like, going through the readings because my intuition, I'm getting practice with intuition. Let's do one more card. For Taurus. Or more than one. Knight of Swords. Gosh, that's such a graphic card. Six of Coats. Okay. Yay. This is a lot of impalement here. This is self-sacrifice. Self-sabotage? Well, not necessarily. This is self-sabotage and knowing better, someone self-sabotaging themselves, and I think friends may intentionally or unintentionally be sacrificing, self-sabotaging someone also. Knight of Swords, though. Someone that's just, like, really impulsive and everything. I don't know, I'm getting lobotomy here. Lobotomy. Someone needs to maybe, like, practice using both the left side and right side of the brain. If if you're more logical versus, like, more emotional, you need to make sure you're using both sides. I just said stuff about the heart chakra and green and pink, and, like, this is, like, literally someone's, like, hurting their own heart. And then, yeah, it's a pink and green. There's more pink and green here. Yeah, I don't know. These friends, too. I don't know. The more I read in, the more I kind of feel like they are doing these things on purpose. They're literally, like, they're, like, giving you access to things that are gonna, like, make you self-sabotage, Taurus. And then they're just, like, cloaked. They're just, like, watching and, like, I don't know, they're just getting, like, it wasn't me. I don't know, they chose to partake in that, like, it wasn't me. Even though I'm the one that brought this up, like, or I'm the one that brought them to this place that would allow them to partake in their addiction. Like, okay. Next one, Cancer. Okay. And for Cancer's deck, we have the Nightmare Before Christmas. So, with the Nightmare Before Christmas, that is also like Halloween and Christmas. So maybe Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn energy might be apparent in Cancer's spread. Or that just might be someone's favorite time of the year. Someone might like ghouly, like dark stuff, or someone might really be family oriented, or you know, Christian or religious. Maybe any of those things. I would be aware and careful though, Cancer. Because I'm getting lots of magic and manipulation in this spread. Because there's this Ace of Potions, which is the Ace of Cups, but it like honestly is like, it kind of reminds me of poison. Almost is like the Cusco's poison. Oh wait, there is another reading that also reminded me of Cusco. That's farther down. Yeah, wait. Yeah, it's a couple. I think that's Pisces. Also remind me of Cusco's stuff. So maybe Pisces reading might also be important. What did I already say? Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Pisces. Any of those signs might be important. And Gemini, because Lovers is at the very end here. But yeah, this like looks like Cusco's poison. So there might be some sort of Yzma in your life, which could be, you know, a man or woman or whatever. This is Jack's hand, and the Jack is in the Lover's card. So someone could be trying to do a love spell on someone. Someone might be trying to give gifts that are, what this is, Six of Pentacles. So this is like unequal give and take, or someone's like showering someone with gifts, and then maybe gonna ghost them right after, or like they ghosted them, and then to try and get back in like to talking with you, Cancer, they're gonna then give you a bunch of gifts, try and give you gifts. And yeah, I would maybe reject these gifts, or like just kindly take them and like get rid of them right away, because you know, gifts can hold cords and attachments, and if you want to move on from this person, then yeah, don't keep stuff from them. It's so weird though, because the Lover's card is in the upright at the very end. I don't know, sorry. And then there's the Ace of Candles. So like with this right here, Ace of Candles, and the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Cups here, it seems like someone is literally doing love spells on gifts, and like candle magic and fire magic on gifts. So someone's doing love spells. Whose hand is this? Can I tell? Yeah, I don't know who hand is. I mean, Scorpio may be apparent too, just because, you know, Jack is a skeleton, which reminds me of death. Maybe Scorpio. Well, I already said Scorpio at the beginning. I know Scorpios and Cancers really like each Five of Candles. There's some sort of competition. Oh, wait, that's what I was thinking when I first did this reading. Because I was like, well, why is the Lovers, like, in the upright when all this stuff seems very manipulative? Your Jack himself might, you know, be like an actual person for you. And other people that are competing, that have masks on and are cloaking and play with witchcraft, they are trying to manipulate a situation. These people might be giving you gifts, like your friends, people that mutually know you and your person might be giving gifts to your person or you and manipulating the energy around it to try and create, you know, false perceptions. Yeah, and then like this card was like hidden underneath this one. I almost didn't see it, but this is Six of Wands. And so like this competition is basically trying to hide that someone is a person that is able to be admired. So yeah, and these people that are competing and like just causing friction in a relationship just because they're jealous, they're very immature, very childish. They're minions. These guys are minions in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Anything else I want to say? Well, the moon is behind here, so this person could be a Cancer Gemini cusp. It's also Cancer or Gemini energy, and these guys, they really are like a soulmate couple. But like Jack really does kind of like brush off Sally like for most of the movie and like act like he doesn't even care about her. Honestly, like it seemed like she was chasing him, and he just didn't. He wasn't even aware. He was just wanted to be liked by everyone else. And he was going about it in the wrong way by trying to mask himself also. He was doing it, I think, with like more positive intentions of like masking himself and not showing his true colors because he just wanted to be liked. Whereas these people are doing it with negative intentions. But yeah, I would just be aware of like manipulative gifts or tendencies, friends, mutual friends, when you're trying to talk to someone that you like. And like maybe if someone isn't like exactly reciprocating that much, they might be going through like their own growth cycle of like finding out that like some sort of business pursuit they're doing is like not aligned with their purpose. Like Jack finally realized like, oh, like I'm not supposed to be Santa. Like this isn't for me. Like why am I doing this? And I forgot. Was Jack aware that like these little minions like kidnap Santa? Was he aware of that? Was he working with the boogeyman, or was the boogeyman working on his own? Because I don't think Jack and the boogeyman were like working together, were they? I don't remember. Okay, next we have Virgo. And this person, I think, might like to play role-playing games. It could be like actual physical D&D. They might like board games. They might like video games. They might like role-playing in bed. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that. probably should note down like the timestamps as I'm doing this, but I guess I'll just look at it after. 9 of Strength, which the suits in this deck, I do recommend this deck, but I think you have to be a little bit experienced to like use this deck because all the suits are not aligned that well. Like the Strength, though, this is supposed to be wands, but it also has like swords in it, and then like some of like, it's like each suit has multiple elements in it, so it's kind of a little. You have to be very intuitive with this deck. So 9 of Strength is supposed to be 9 of Wands, but they have swords, so 9 of Swords also. And this person, Virgo, feel like you're at the end of your rope. You're having possibly like a lot of fears and phobias about something almost coming to an end. I'm getting like 3 of Coins energy, 3 of Pentacles energy too though, but you have some sort of like collaboration or group, friends, co-workers that also support you, I think. There's also a lot of arrows though, like, I don't know, is it evil eye? Someone aiming to attack you or something? I don't know. Some sort of judgment. But yeah, I mean, I suppose Sagittarius might be relevant in Virgo's reading because of the arrows, and then I see like the angel wings, which is also a Sagittarius sign. But there's some sort of positive judgment that's coming. And I got a clear sign about this before. 2 of Swords reverse. There's a lot of indecision for this Virgo. This is like decision between Rogue and Mage. So, I mean, last time I pulled this card, I kind of read it as like, if there is some sort of collaboration, possibly like religious one, maybe this Virgo is questioning whether they want to go rogue or not, or like disconnect from it. And I think if they disconnect from this religious organization, they're gonna have positive judgment upon themselves. 7 of Wisdom is 7 of Cups. And yeah, this is also a card of indecision. The dwarf. Is there a lot of? There's a lot of red in this one. It says, in this spread. So, I mean, yeah, I guess if someone's like root chakra is imbalanced, they would have a lot of insecurity and fear, guilt, or shame around things. So Virgo may need to balance out their root chakra. And like, there's like a fish from the deep, deep sea. I don't know, Pisces could also be relevant, but this is like, just like, I think, really actually assessing one's trauma within their root chakra and working through it. This is nice for Virgo, though. Judgment and Wheel of Fortune upright. Well, there's a dragon here. It's an archer and then a winged person again. So Sagittarius, and there's a dragon here. So maybe draconian energy. Basically, the Wheel of Fortune is going to affect whoever basically decides to, I guess, disconnect from a group that are basically like, what's this guy's name? Smog. There's some sort of energy here that's a little possessive and greedy, like very greedy. And so I think if this Virgo disconnects from that kind of miserly attitude, then they will have a Wheel of Fortune. A positive Wheel of Fortune. More cards. It's so weird too, because like my throat has been relatively okay, and then as soon as someone starts doing something in the kitchen, I can feel my throat like feel like there's something in it. Seems like every time someone's in the kitchen, one of my chakras starts feeling wonky. But yeah, no, it's just a coincidence. Didn't mean to pull 3 cards, but 10 of Charisma. So that's 10 of coins. This could represent the family. There's a bear here. Maybe, I think bears are connected to Sirius starseeds. There's also gnomes here. For a 10 of coins, this tree doesn't look that like it has much growth. But then I did realize there's trees in the back here, so it's like a baby tree. I don't know, Virgo may be expecting a child or concerned about like building a legacy, but they need to do it in a, you know, in a righteous way, a positively intentioned way, instead of, you know, cutting corners. Ooh, they have the World and the Hierophant. Ooh. The Hierophant card's interesting. Then they have the World, but it also looks like the 3 of Cups. So, and then there's also gold here. So there's some sort of cycle closing about collaborations, I think, regarding money. Or you will find the right type of social groups where you can generate like a legacy and wealth in, you know, the right way instead of in a greedy way. And then the Hierophant here, it's interesting because this is a Virgo reading. The Hierophant is Taurus though, so that might also be apparent. And it looks like it's a hanging man. Man, I really don't want to stop my reading right now just to tell like this annoying like monitoring spirit outside my bedroom to like shut the fuck up. But oh well. I just have to keep manifesting that all noise around me, anyone trying to aggravate me or irritate me, only brings me wealth, prosperity, protection, healing, and helps me attract what I desire. What is that thing? This looks like a scarf. Yeah, usually a hangman, they're hanging from their ankles, not their throat. Which is weird because the Hierophant is the Taurus and Taurus rules the throat. So there could be some binding magic around this. Ooh. And the Hierophant can also represent religious institutions too. So someone might be trying to bind someone's throat and keep them in like a religious institution, possibly. or despite someone trying to bind someone's throat, they're completely fine and relaxed and able to like be in a meditative state. Very powerful, have growth anyways from this hair. This long hair, I don't know, maybe Leo is important here. Yeah. I don't know how much time I then ended up spending on Virgo. It was supposed to be a few more minutes, and then I don't know. Well, that's going to be annoying with my throat because I want to clear it. But the way I clear my throat is kind of like gross, so maybe I'll grab some water. I'm not using my phone. Maybe I can play some frequencies in my ear that'll send that negative throat blocking energy back. I don't. Oh wait, I guess I can turn the audio off for a second. One second. My apologies. I just had to take some protective measures to help protect my throat. So. Pisces. And then we have, what deck is this? I think it's called Prisma Visions Tarot. I think Pisces message was kind of unclear to me. So hopefully it did have a message about like Cusco's new groove at the end. So I don't know if someone's like, yeah, actually using poison on someone, or just basically trying to take someone's like royal place, like in spirit. These Prisma Visions. It's the mini version. And this deck is really interesting because I think, I don't know, does it even show? Oh, no. When you lay all of the cards out, they make an entire like picture that like all of the suits connect to one another like in a whole entire scene. So that's interesting. And this deck is also very like, what is that painting called? Like the most famous painting by Van Gogh, Starry Night or something. So wow, someone really doesn't like this Return to Sender thing I'm playing right now. Yeah. This happens all the time on my freaking phone. It'll just pause randomly, and it's always with numbers like this. But these numbers bring me power and protection. So it got paused at. Because someone's upset that their karma swapping spells fail every time. So, Pisces. Sorry about that. Possibly someone could be doing things with your throat chakra. I don't know. I mean, blue is kind of associated with Pisces, but this is also blue, so I'll just maybe be aware of it. Someone could visit a river or live by a river. Did I already say Starry Night? This is like Starry Night type of art, so Aquarius reading might be relevant. Three of Pentacles, like Page of Chalices and Three of Pentacles, and Queen of Chalices. So someone here is very dreamy and kind of head in the clouds like, I suppose. They're very whimsical. That is a very Piscean trait. I don't know, possibly this very manipulative Queen of Chalices. Very manipulative. Is like, I feel like trying to take someone's water. Like there's just like a person that has a very strong inner child. And I think they are able to just, I don't know, create water from nowhere, and it's being siphoned up by this negative Queen of Chalices. Or this Queen of Chalices, because there's a Three of Pentacles in between it, with like a lot of masonry here. I know Three of Pentacles usually has a mason, but like this is like way more involved masonry than usual. Oh, it also has that window that I see on Five of Pentacles sometimes. So it's like maybe this Page of Chalices is in an organization, and this like manipulative Queen of Cups is trying to be like, I can pour into you, I can give you water, and it's like dirty water. It's like not what this Page of Chalices needs, but they're like maybe young and inexperienced and like just don't know that they're, they need to be aware of like what they're consuming and who they're around and who they're helping possibly. Nine of Wands reverse. I guess that's kind of overgrown. I guess I don't know why it's making me think about things I learned in my archaeology class, where like if something's overgrown, it's like harder to kind of move through it, like for animals and people. Like if a forest is like overgrown, and that usually happens when like I guess there's been like too many like policies to like try and preserve the forest and everything, but there needs to be like natural burning sometimes. Which I guess kind of is like tower energy. There needs to be like naturally like foundations kind of falling and being built back up. And this person is like tired. Oh, I mean, I know that like Masons, like they basically steal people's flower essence, their life essence, and they'll use symbols like flowers to do that. This person around Pisces, or maybe Pisces, has stolen so many other people's flowers that they are like, it's like actually weighing them down in a negative way. Possibly. So, and it's weird because someone might live near a forest as well. The devil comes out later. Oh, well, we also have the Four of Pentacles here. Yeah, I guess. This is a person that really tried to hoard everyone else's flowers. And look, they're sitting on this, what is it called? Brick bench. And, this is the devil. It's like, I feel like the devil played like tricks on this person's mind. Oh, sounds like my music is about to pause again. And like there's actually like, it's like even though this person put in so much work and built this foundation of like stealing other people's life essence, like the devil tricked them. There's nothing there for them because what they invested their time and energy into. Also, Capricorn could be relevant to this reading. So what did I say? Aquarius and Capricorn so far. Not a lot of major arcanas in this spread. Maybe a couple. Then the world, so that's also Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, Taurus. Now, if this is possibly the same energy, the Page of Chalices and the Queen of Chalices, this world card to me, it has like, a lion here with a person's hand in it, so it's something about like a lion's den. There's also like a dove here, which is like about, I think it connects to lovers and peace, and I feel like doves are also like associated with Cancer. The swan I think might also be associated with Cancer and is associated with femininity. So I almost feel like this, was that a peacock? I guess a peacock is actually also related to femininity. Hera and Zeus are coming up in this though, because peacock is associated with Hera. Swan is kind of associated with Zeus too, even though the swan is also associated with femininity. Someone might just have like a really like need to balance out their femininity if they aren't involved in some very like heinous organization, or someone around them isn't. Someone needs to balance out their femininity. And where were they going when this was happening? So this is where the Cusco thing is coming up for me again, and I forgot which. It was in Cancer's reading, also had like mentions of like Cusco's new crew. But it's when, what is his name, Pablo? The bigger llama farmer guy. Llamas might be also a spirit animal for Pisces. They're like trying to cross like a bridge or something, and then like fell like a great distance. I don't like, how do I don't know, it's like you're gonna be able to move on from this situation. You're gonna be able to balance out your hormones and everything, masculine, feminine, or someone's gonna be able to detach from like this outdated mindset of stealing other people's life essence, or your Pisces is gonna be able to escape from people that do that. Might actually, I don't know, maybe drive a car over like a tiny bridge. Chariot. So, oh, Cancer too. I was just saying that like Cusco's new groove was also in the Cancer reading. But the llama farmer and Cusco are like trying to go over a bridge, and they like fell. And then they like had to walk up with their feet on the sides of the cliff. I don't even know how to like, if you haven't seen the scene, then it's kind of hard to describe. And then their necks are like next to each other, and so they're basically like horizontal, trying to walk up back up this cliff together. So there's something about like a lot of teamwork here, and trying to leave a situation or start a new beginning. Like it's like you might be something you have to have someone else do with you in order to close a cycle out. It may even be someone that you like either Pisces is going to have someone that screwed them over, like need their help, or someone that you Pisces may have like hurt or screwed over is going to help you, because that's what happened with Cusco. Like he's like, I want your land on top of this hill. He was like, that's been in my family for generations. And he's like, I don't care, I want my mansion. And then yeah, maybe these people that have been stealing like life essence and stuff, they're really gonna need someone's help that hasn't been doing that kind of stuff and has been living like an honest life, like at the llama farmer. Yeah. And I think that looks like another dove here. Some sort of peace is gonna come about though when, I don't know, when people are trying to exit a situation, even though it's like raining really hard, even though it like kind of seems like a struggle to even like leave the situation. Like there are so many chaotic things I think that happened when like Cusco was trying to escape, have him being turned into a llama. Yeah. I also, like, just want to mention, like, I really like Cusco's, like, voice actor, whoever they picked for that movie, because he's just so funny. And, like, just the way he whines is so funny. Yeah. I don't know how much time I spent on Pisces reading. I hope it was at least 10 minutes. And I'm sorry that, like, you know, kind of religious organization came up a lot in this reading. I try to avoid that and not have that be the first thing, but... Okay, now we have Libra. And we have the Pixel Tarot. This may be connected to the Virgo reading, because they also had, like, D&D dice. Yeah. This person may also like video games or computers. Or just be very, like, traditional or simplistic person. So that's also kind of what Pixel kind of means to me. This Libra, or someone in this Libra's energy, is very kind of depressed. I think a breakup just happened, or definitely just happened. Someone's moping about a breakup. Someone's moping about a missed opportunity. Someone has, like, their head down. They're just like, yeah, and then Hermit came out too, Virgo energy. And the Lover's reverse could be Gemini energy. The Hierophant, Taurus. And the Tower, sometimes Scorpio energy. But yeah, these cards are saying someone is very depressed about something. And about a breakup. There's a missed opportunity. Or investing time and energy into the wrong person. This person is maybe coming to light with that. Or they're having, you know, to spend a lot of time by themselves as a hermit. And, like, reflect on things. And then, the Hierophant. Yeah, this person could be very traditional. This person could be reflecting on their own values and beliefs, on if, like, they were helpful or not, and maybe this breakup, like, what beliefs or values should they keep, and which ones should they maybe change. And this person may be, like, going to spirituality and stuff, to maybe try and help with this feeling of loss. And then there's the Tower, yeah. Lovers in the Tower. So it's just like, yeah, this might have been, like, a really, like, abrupt or very painful breakup. That was actually a pretty short message, so I guess I'll pull more first. Yeah, this is Pixel Tarot. I'm not even sure if it's, like, able to be bought anymore. I have the mini version. I can't buy the mini version anymore, which, like, makes me extremely sad, because I lost one card at my aunt's house, and of course they were like, oh no, we can't find it. No, they definitely put it in a spell somewhere. Yeah, I went to a freaking party once. I don't even know if I should speak about this now. I went to a party once. Actually, yeah, I'll name him Johari. I went to his party and I got DRUGGED. And then when I came to, my cat's deck, and mind you, like, satanic or Masonic people call divine people or people with a lot of life essence, because cats have 9 lives. Out of my cat tarot deck that I brought to that party, the death card of the cat was missing. And of course, everyone said, oh no, I can't find it. Literally, like, all of my, like, evil eye things always go missing, or anything that, a lot of, like, my blue crystals will go missing. Tarot card decks specific tarot cards have gone missing. My favorite earring. I used to wear this all the time. My ex, who's actually a Libra. Actually, this is the main reason I stopped talking to him. A lot of other reasons, too. This is like the last bit is like, they purposely took this and I think gave it to someone else. And I was waiting, seeing if they would just be honest and say like, oh, I found it, or I have it. I'll give it to you. Yeah, what was, that's why I stopped talking to them. There's so many people just like take, and this too, I guess I'll say it in this video, I was going to make a short about it. The last couple times I've left my room, which I have keys, I literally lock my door and I jostle it and make sure that it's actually locked so I don't walk away thinking I locked it and not. Last time I was in the bathroom for 5 minutes and come back and it's open and unlocked. But this happened a couple other times this week also. Who's the only people around the door? And my music just paused again. Let's see what time it paused at. Oh, nothing is playing. It just completely crashed. Cool. But, and they probably did that just to distract me so I'd stop talking about it. The only people that could like come into my room are basically my parents. So I think my Libra ex, while I was sleeping, took like took my keys and like replicated them and sent them to my family. I have no idea how they're getting into my room, but like the fact that I like actually checked, and like I could catch some of this on camera, but it's stupid because my mom has 2 different cameras on my door. And she tries to say, oh, well, it's because you're paranoid and stuff of people going into your room. But she can delete videos from her phone, and I can delete videos from my phone. So if I'm in the bathroom and I'm not looking at the camera while I'm going to the bathroom, they can come into my room and then just delete the video after. But, I mean, I probably could, like, actually get, there would be, like, a gap in evidence. I'm sorry, Libra. I'm talking about this right now. There would be a gap in evidence, though, that they aren't going to delete me jostling my door and walking away because it should be there and recorded. And then I would be coming back and opening it right away. And there's just illogically no way that should have happened while I was gone. So that like would show that someone deleted some video of someone coming in, and it's like, honestly, I think they do it just to like put me in like a state of fear, because that's what the Matrix tries to do. That's what NPCs, Satanists just want you to like be fearful and paranoid, because that puts you in a lower vibration to like feed off you. So that probably is all they're doing. I really hope they aren't like trying to mess with my food, because I feel like I am so particular about like how I eat my food now, making sure everything's sealed. I think they could be like, and I need to listen to my intuition, but like a lot of the times I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I think they're spraying like poisonous things on my like plates and cups and like cans now. Possibly. I don't know. That, or they just want to unlock my door, so I am paranoid about what they did. I don't know. That really wasn't part of the Libra reading, though. Libra's reading might just be short. Well, I don't know. Maybe this could be part of Libra's reading. Is that, I don't know. Pensiveness. Yeah, Libra or cross watchers and Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're gonna want to try and come back in after this breakup and be like, no, like, let's stay together, let's make things up. And someone's being like defensive and being like, no, I don't want, no. So that's either Libra or cross watcher. And I would just like maybe actually be like careful about things like what people have access to of like your possessions and belongings, because like people out here are like way more diabolical than I ever thought. Way more of them and just evil. But kind of wish I did this a little quicker, because now I don't know. I really try to avoid ending my videos on 2s and 6s, but no, I might have to this time. Yeah. It really does bother me though when like there's just like such like actual sometimes physical evidence of people like messing with me and stuff. And then people are just like, well, if you're so unhappy, then just leave. And I'm like, you're the one creating this like very toxic, hostile environment. Like, sorry that I am like aware of it or reacting to it. And not just like shutting up and letting you like psychologically and spiritually punch me. Or physically. I don't know, I'm just I've gone through so much when it comes to like the places I've had to live. And like all of these people that hear me be like, I helped you, I gave you a place to live. You're such an ingrate. And I'm like, it's just I don't, it's like I want to be grateful, and I am, but it's like you can forgive, you can't forget when people really put you in like psychological cycles and loops and chokeholds on purpose sometimes. Sometimes people are just like, they're learning how to manage their emotions too, and like people just aren't great roommates together. But other times people are like very despicable and doing things on purpose. And I'm just like very tired of having to like I don't know. I hope that I do something soon that allows me to have my own space and privacy. I think the universe and karma knows that I deserve that at this point. Maybe I just need a little bit more Pentacles energy in executing things before the universe really thinks I'm ready. All right, Sagittarius. Sorry for kind of a tangent there. Sagittarius starts out with... Oh, which other one was doing moon magic? The Taurus was also doing had moon magic in it. So maybe Sagittarius. And the Taurus reading had Temperance as the first card. So maybe look at the Taurus reading also. And then we are using the kawaii. I love it. I love because it has a lot of unique animals that people don't usually like think of when you first start like naming off animals. The King of Cups, supposed to be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Or Sagittarius. This is interesting because I just said, like, kind of like more like rare animals people don't think about right away. This is a polar bear. But he's like riding these waves here. It kind of looks like it's warmer than like a place where a polar bear would live. And so I think this King of Cups is able to very much ride the waves of any environment they are in, which is kind of actually almost going off of my venting tangent of like, oh, I'm sick of like me not having control of my environments, or they're being so hostile or uncomfortable or not aligned with me. This polar bear isn't necessarily aligned to like this warm weather, but they're able to ride the waves. And then we have Four of Cups and Four of Coins. When I first saw this, I thought this was the Four of Coins. So I was like, heavy Four of Coins energy of kind of being possessive. But I think this one is more well-intentioned. Because sometimes it's like very like greedy, type of miserly. This person is kind of a little miserly, but it's like they just don't have a great income, I think. And they're like trying to hold on to everything and gather everything. Oh, actually, no, I had another message too. So they could possibly, justice might be important, or Libra placements. But they want to like give equally to another person. Perhaps. The Zodiac of the rabbit might be important. Owls might be an important spirit animal here also. Cancer, the hermit crab, and Aquarius because of the starfish. And then also Cancer and Pisces because of the moon here. There is a lot of, and Gemini. Okay. What's that sound? I almost had a panic attack because I thought I didn't like unmute my sound after I like cleared my throat and everything. But there is something hidden here. What is this king? This King of Cups is like moving away from this whole entire spread. Why? They're trying to move away from... See, like, I don't want to, like, make people feel like I'm talking about them specifically, but this is, like, the first thing that comes to my mind. It's, like, someone that might possibly have a lot of options, maybe be polyamorous. They're trying to move away from... I don't know, they're, like, not paying attention to something that's their wish fulfillment, because this is a star. That's their wish fulfillment. And they're almost like trying to say, like, well, you know what? I got lots of wishes. I got lots of bitches already. Like, so I don't know. He's like swerving almost. And that almost looks like a torch also. This King of Cups looks like he's also carrying a torch, kind of. King of Wands is fire energy, so Sagittarius. But And, you know, like crabs, they're like home kind of is their shell a little bit. So, like, this person is kind of like a wanderer. I don't know. They kind of just like maybe go from place to place, like, kind of like getting wishes as they please, bitches as they please. And they're like kind of like blowing off the one that might really be their actual wish fulfillment. They might really be into like blingy stuff and everything. There also might be moon magic involved. I don't know by who. Maybe some of their karmic lovers, or maybe them themselves. Maybe they use moon magic to get all of these lovers. Again, moon magic was in the Taurus reading also. There's a lot of couples here of bunnies on a river. Something about a river. They might live close to a river. They also, I'm not getting Italian. Yeah, because I don't know, they remind me of like Venice, those like little gondola boats. But yeah, so there's some manipulation here and hidden stuff here. Or there's something hidden. No, like, yeah, no, this Sagittarius or King of Cups seems like a play. I was like saying maybe they could be self-sabotaging their own movement by trying to just like keep things hidden and not like reflect on them. I don't know. Oh my gosh, more bunnies though. Yeah, this person's very fertile. Maybe has a lot of babies, because bunnies have a lot of babies. I know there are a lot of bunnies in this specific deck, but usually when I do spreads, they aren't in almost every single card. And then at the very end, there's like a betrayal. I might read more on this betrayal, though. What is that animal again? What is it? They're like giant rodents. They're like the most giant ones. What is that thing? They like hang out in hot springs. Well, I think that was supposed to be a message for a different spread, and I think I already... Oh no, that's in the last spread. Something about hot springs is in the last spread that I haven't gotten to yet. For Leo. Someone could potentially be visiting hot springs. There could be reptilian energy here with this crocodile, or someone could live in Florida or in Australia. There's also pandas and bunnies here, and it's really weird in cats. It seems like most of the bunnies and pandas and cats are like stabbed with something, but this isn't a chupacabra, but it's kind of, I think that's kind of close to what it's supposed to be called. A chupara. Oh my god, that makes me so mad. I don't know what they are. Doesn't matter. Hot springs. But they are a giant rodent, which maybe like technically giant rat and crocodile. These ones aren't stabbed. So I don't... I don't... With chaos magic, I know that people call people with divine energy or higher vibrational energy, they refer to them as bunnies because they're fertile. They refer to them as cats because of the 9 lives. They refer to them as pandas probably because they're almost extinct. And I think it's just like a gematria thing with a Panda. I think that's why they call. I don't know. But then they call themselves crocodiles because they're basically admitting that they're reptilian. And then no one really ever refers to themselves as that thing. It's not common. But chaos magic users also try to sandwich people for some reason. To, I guess, karma swap and stuff. So I don't know. Like, there's some sort of betrayal. And like, I feel like this reptilian's like the culprit or something. And they're maybe this person's like trying to act like, you know, I got hurt too. Like, I got hurt in all of this. But they're like just pretending that they got hurt. I don't know. That's a weird message. I've also lost track if I'm like doing a great 10 to 15 minutes anymore. So if I'm accidentally going shorter, longer, whoops. I feel like with each sign I have mentioned other signs that are like important for them to also watch. So but I feel the need to one more card. Oh gosh, the Tower, which is a Scorpio card. Maybe another card. And the Seven of Wands. Oh, that one almost came out before. It was like on the bottom of the deck when I was shuffling. So there's seals, a lot of rain and lightning and storm, getting knocked off balance. Sagittarius is a temperance, so someone's getting knocked off balance, having to start over. I mean, same weather here. This betrayal or Ten of Swords has caused a tower for someone. Either the Sagittarius betrayed someone or they got betrayed, and there's a tower. And someone feels the need to defend themselves. And it's funny because they're on top of this tower and it's like tied down. Interesting. I'm getting like binding spells here because of the seals and like the ribbon and the tying down. Like this person's like, Someone is like, no, like I want to keep things the way I want to keep the status quo. I want to keep the things the way they are. I like the foundation I built this way. I don't know if that's Sagittarius, or I don't know. This King of Cups looks like they're like moving away from something though, which would kind of not be like. Well, maybe their status quo is just being a womanizer, going from like state to state to like womanize people. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's a message. I'm so interested to see what the collective reading is going to end up being with all of the last cards of each sign. Okay. My favorite constellation! Gemini! Look at them! Oh! It's so interesting too because Gemini has to do with siblings, and these are brothers, Pollux and Castor. One's a kickboxer and one's a horse rider. I love them. Okay, so for Gemini, we have the Angel Tarot. Don't know if someone's religious. I think it's funny too because the Lover's Angel card is on the cover. Whoa. Synchronicities. But yeah, maybe they need extra protection. Maybe they need to seek out spirituality more. And it doesn't really have to be like Christian based, but they maybe need to seek like a higher power. Yeah. So we got Veualia. 5 of Cups. So there's some sort of like heartbreak here or brooding. This also, the vessel reminds me of both Aquarius and Sagittarius. So Sagittarius reading or Aquarius reading might be important. Well, it says prosperity, though, destruction of enemy and deliverance from bondage, which are not usual 5 of Cups like sentiments. But yeah. And then Melahel, 4 of Cups, God deflecting evil. But it was in the reverse. Healing capacity, protection from weapons, safety, and travel. Lelahel. I feel like it's so disrespectful when I get like these angels' names wrong. Oh. Knight of Pentacles, light of understanding, acquires knowledge, cures illnesses. It's Knight of Pentacles, but he's holding like a torch. So I get Knight of Wands also, but it's in the reverse. So it's like this person's stubborn and impulsive. Or this person's slow and lacks passion. Could be someone in Gemini's energy or Gemini themselves. But I feel like Gemini, like, someone's very generous, but also kind of heartbroken. I feel like there's all these, like, tiny, like, people trying to play Cupid or matchmaker or something. Possibly people that, you know, are... What did I say? Impulsive and... I forgot. Stubborn. Or I don't know, maybe this Gemini is impulsive and stubborn, because being impulsive is kind of like going forward like really quickly, and being stubborn at times can be like very like steadfast and like not moving. And Gemini tends to like be a duality of both things. But Manakel, 7 of Swords reverse. Knowledge of good and evil appeases divine anger, cures epilepsy. 7 of Swords. And this person's carrying like a crown of thorns, so this in the reverse, the 7 of Swords in the reverse, could be some sort of manipulation or secrets, deceit. Someone might be trying to crucify this Gemini or something. This Gemini might need to maybe seek out like angels to help them discern between like positive and negative intentions. Especially when people are like coming to them with like new offers. I feel like this person, this Gemini, may have like gotten out of something. Like, maybe there's not a strong energy of breaking up, but if there was like some sort of breakup, there's other people that are just like maybe trying to swarm into Gemini's energy and be like, oh, well, like, you're sad, like, well, you can, like, I'm here, but like it being kind of like superficial. Yeah. And they're really trying to like maybe do deceitful things and affect this Gemini's crown chakra. But then we have Michael, the most powerful angel, I believe. And there's the Chariot, so Cancer energy, Cancer reading maybe could be relevant. This is perseverance, success in conflict, overcoming adversity. And Michael's like literally like just stepping on and kicking this demon, this 3-headed dragon thing. So maybe these people that are trying to like start a superficial, like, or impulsive, like, romance with Gemini, they could be draconian. Oh, this thing has 4 heads. 4-headed dragon? Jeez. 4-headed dragon. 4 people here also. So yeah, I think that's just the false love offers that are coming towards Gemini or draconians, or maybe light dragons or something, or monsters. And then Jeliel, the helping god, 2 of wands. Love and wisdom, victory over those who would attack you. Like, this is Gemini should protect their heart and their sacral. Like, these angel wings are like covering right here, and then they're like protecting their heart. So maybe Jeliel, because it says love and wisdom, Jeliel will help with that. And I think maybe this Gemini is already like getting intuitive messages that they need to be doing that. Instead of, you know, just be more discerning with love offers, and just don't just take the first thing. Because I know, like, Geminis, when they're like growing up and learning and emotionally maturing, like, a lot of air signs can like hop from one thing to one thing to one thing, because they're all about like mental stimulation and like, yeah, and getting to know someone new is so exciting. But just like ask yourself, discern, like, does my heart feel okay while even texting this person? Or does my sacral feel okay while I'm even texting this person? What about when I'm just thinking about this person? Okay. I think that was kind of short for Gemini's message. I feel like I said a lot, though. Oh well. Yeah, I don't really want to do more messages. I feel like Gemini was a pretty prominent message with like a lot of different signs, honestly. I mean, luckily now I think maybe only people with like a subscription can do this. But it's so nice because with my Gemini moon, I'm such like an ADHD person. I'll like listen to something and be like, oh, I didn't hear all that. What did they say? And I can just ask the AI and be like, when exactly did they say these exact things? Because I don't know. And then it'll come back with timestamps and be like, oh, it mentioned it here, and it mentioned it here, and it mentioned it here. And I was like, I'm so scared of you, AI, and like how far you're gonna like evolve past us human beings. But you're so helpful at times. So possibly, especially for like Gemini, if you're curious, like maybe like AI search in my video like the lovers in Gemini, and it'll show all the timestamps of where you showed up in other readings, because I feel like that was the most common sign out of all of the readings. And possibly I don't know. Sag and Scorpio are kind of common too, but not as much. Scorpio, yeah, I guess Scorpio is kind of common because that's weird, but forgotten. Scorpio's constellation kind of looks like a little gecko hand. A little salamander. King of Swords. Death reverse. 5 of Wands reverse. 3 of Pentacles or Serpents. 6 of Pentacles reverse. King of Wands. 6 of Swords reverse. Okay. And this is like a beige and red tarot card deck. So Scorpio may need to balance out their root chakra and maybe their earth star chakra, because earth star chakra is like the color brown, and it's like a foot below your feet. You need to like go ground yourself out on some grass or something. Okay. This person might like line art or maybe tribal art. I forgot to look this up too. Like, what is the Byzantine Empire, and is that, I'm not great at like history and geology, but is the Byzantine Empire still around? The Eastern Roman Empire was a continuation of the Roman Empire centered on Constantinople during late antiquity and the Middle Ages. The term Byzantine Empire was coined only after its demise. Weird. Its citizens used the term Roman Empire and called themselves Romans. The eastern parts kept their Hellenistic culture. Constantine legalized Christianity and moved the capital to Constantinople. The empire adopted a defensive strategy and throughout its remaining history experienced recurring cycles of decline and recovery. Okay, something about Romans, maybe Italians, or Hellenistic gods or Greek gods being Greek. Something about that. So I don't even know what Byzantine art looks like, but for some reason, like, this art style just made me think of that word. But yeah, so they got the King of Swords, that's air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. The Death, Scorpio energy. This is a creepy horse. Very creepy. They're just random heads. That reminds me of the Prince of Egypt, I think, when he was traveling in a desert and he accidentally like got so hot that he like passed out and like got buried by the sand. And then a camel came up and basically like found his hair and thought it was grass and started eating his hair. And then person, I think, on the camel like pulled him up and was like, oh, it's a person in the sand. And then they made him a slave after they found him, I think. Yeah, they made him a slave, or they just put him in handcuffs because they were not sure whether or not they could trust him. So how does that relate? I don't know, someone might feel like they're at their wit's end. Like what in the Prince of Egypt, he like left his like what he thought was his birth family and everything he had known to go find something else. And I guess he got lost or really just pushed himself too hard, and then these other people found him. I forgot if they sold him to a different town or those people brought them back to their town. So I don't know if he was a slave or not. He ended up finding his lover there, though, and he ended up finding, like, a family that was, like, a soul tribe for him. What was it, the Hebrews instead of the Egyptians or something? Oh, again, like, lots of different, like, ancient mythologies with the Greek, Romans, Egyptians, Hebrews. Something about, like, syncretism, which is, like, the mixture of cultures and religion. This person must believe in, like, eclectic polytheism, possibly. That might be something to look into. And so, yeah, and then, like, this person, like, this person came from a competitive place. Wow, there's a lot of birds outside right now. There's a riot outside right now. But the Prince of Egypt, like, he used to, like, compete with his brother and everything, kind of like in a, you know, what's it called, camaraderie way. But, you know, it was just like expected. There was a lot expected of him, and his family kind of like talked down on him about him not like fulfilling his duties or being proper enough for the way they wanted him to be. And then when he went to the Hebrews, he like got to dance and like be authentically himself, see how other people like live, and like how like the way their families connected seemed like a lot more authentic. And that too, like his family would enslave people from that Hebrew family, bring him in as entertainment and stuff. That's a girl he ended up falling in love with, a girl that was a slave. And so I think maybe the Scorpio person came from maybe like a family with privilege, or a family that was just very like turn their nose up at people. And then he's like finally like giving like some people a chance that his family basically like tried to like push some stigma on him about. Yeah, that was a long message just for like the death card. This person also is very logical, or knows how to, yeah, they're a very logical person. Though their defensive strategy or how they defend themselves is maybe blocking their third eye a bit. Five of Wands reverse, that's competition. That, you know, instead of it helping someone evolve in a more positive way, it's kind of just detrimental, this competition. And that's from Three of Pentacles. These are like serpents or dragons, so Hydran or Draconian energy could be apparent. This family. Oh, this horse too. I mean, that's Sagittarius or Aries for the horse energy. These dragons, this is like a very competitive, misaligned collaboration with coworkers, with people that they're just working with. They're biting their own tails, which I don't remember what the meaning of this Ouroboros is. I believe it's kind of like a death and rebirth cycle, which is very scorpionic energy. So I think it has other meanings also. But yeah, Ouroboros energy here. But also I'm like getting like a dog chasing their tail. Like they're so focused on like trying to get something that they don't realize that they're like going in circles, or it's themselves that they're like, what they want is also within themselves instead of externally. And yeah, this work collaboration, friend collaboration, family collaboration has unequal give and take, the one they came from, and lots of negative competition. And then there's the King of Wands here. It's given some hermit energy, some sage energy with this tall staff-like wand. This person might have a mustache. Very long, straight mustache. I don't like that message. I was just in my archaeology class today. We were talking about magic and curses. Oh, and medicine. I was like, how's that? And we were talking about poppies. Like, I'm from California, and poppies, like, you know, they can be made into something else. and they showed me like this poppy goddess from, I don't remember what religion it's from, but she had like this crown with like little stamen, or like the things in the middle of the poppy flower. It was like in that shape, her crown, and that's what this crown's reminding me of. So this person could be from California, but like my inklings are that someone in this energy is using the recreational substance that poppies make. Don't know who. It seems like I think Scorpio or viewer, whatever, there's very strong King of Wands, King of Swords energy in the upright though. So I think it's like maybe some family members, maybe these draconian reptilian serpent people they're working with might be addicts of some sort. I mean, I guess it's on the King of Wands crown. Maybe the King of Wands is partaking in this. Whether that's an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And then we have the Six of Swords. And it came underneath this Five of Wands. So, which is competition. This one in the middle actually looks like a kaleidoscope thing too. I don't know if you remember those things as a kid where you'd like put your eye in it and like turn it. And I don't remember how are kaleidoscopes made? Something about kaleidoscopes though. Which also kind of reminds me of like substances. Because kaleidoscopes kind of look like that. As a kid, you're probably like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, this is like, where do you get views like this? They don't have to experience. I don't know. Why am I bringing that up? I don't know. But then there's like tit for tat energy with the Six of Swords energy. Six of Swords in the upright is someone leaving a situation. And the Death is about someone leaving the situation too, but they're both in the reverse. So someone like not leaving a situation or not ending a cycle of some sort. Maybe it's the substance stuff or hanging out with a certain group or crowd of snakes, serpents, snakes. Okay, so, and then I also saw that on the handle of one of these, they're like two faces. So one party is like extremely two-faced or a Gemini, and the other party I think is more unassuming. Like it looks like they have a smaller sword inside of this sword. So like, I don't know, it's like people assume that they're only going to do that much damage, but they actually end up doing a great amount. And this other person that might be a Gemini or a two-faced person, like their sword kind of looks like a male organ. And I almost feel like the Six of Swords energy is like some sort of like, it's underneath the competition. It's like some sort of, what do they call that kind of contest? You know, like whose thing is bigger type of contest, and not like literally physically, but like metaphorically. Like they keep trying to like one up each other, possibly. Either like they're actually sending like evil eye back and forth, or like actual like verbal attacks back and forth, like snide remarks, or they're just like trying to like brag about things and like one up each other. How long did I speak about this one? A long time. I also kind of want to draw more. See, I feel like I've been like able to like intuitively like say a lot more things and faster as I've been doing the readings. As I've been doing these readings. I can't believe I've been like recording this long. I hope my computer has enough space to like save. I would probably cry if this, like, for some reason was too big and didn't save on my computer and said that the storage was not. I do highly recommend this deck. It's not like aesthetics wise, it's not like my personal favorite, but like just design wise and the thought behind it and the detail is amazing. The Tarot of Light and Shadow, John Matthews and Andrea Aste. And they have a light and shadow version. So they'll have 78 cards here and 78 of them here. And so instead of doing like reversals, they created another deck for the reversals that has different depictions, which I think is interesting. Like, just to give an example, the only one I remember is like for Aquarius, usually they are being generous with like their spiritual wisdom and like empathy, so they're like pouring out water from their vessel. But like in the shadow aspect, the Aquarius, you know, I fall into the shadow aspect sometimes because I'm protective of my water. They're like holding the vessel like really close to their chest, and they aren't sharing it. They aren't sharing their spiritual knowledge, not sharing the empathy that they have. So instead of just having one picture that you read as an upright or reverse, they have two decks, and you can like, you know, shuffle them together. But I usually tend to keep them separate because that's just me. Relatively cheap too for two decks. How much? Oh, maybe not. Did I actually spend this much money on it? I hope I got this on sale. $45, but that's still like a great deal because that's like, you know, $45 for 156 cards. And the designs are so different while still remaining true to like the Rider Waite meanings that like I get a lot of more intuitive messages from the art. But yeah, that's my recommendation. I recommend that deck. I think I'm going to be putting my like Amazon affiliate links in the description. I would highly appreciate if you used my links if you end up being interested in any of these decks. Oh, I meant to draw more for the Scorpio reading before tangenting like that. My bad. If you subscribe to me, you're just gonna have to know that I'm a Gemini moon, and that happens a lot. I tangent. But as a tarot reader, and people that watch tarot, they usually understand that sometimes the tangents mean something, and they're like there for a reason. Yeah. See, I tangented because I picked up this deck just to grab more cards for the reading, and I was like, oh, we're going to talk about the deck now for a long time. See, the back of the deck is very interesting also. It's like so in depth for the back of the deck. It also reminds me of like Muslim, are they called Muslim mosques? Yeah. I mean, they also kind of remind me of like Russian, their colorful buildings also. Okay. Any more messages for Scorpio? Queen of Serpents reversed. Right on top of these serpents. So this could be the most prominent person that this King of Wands, King of Swords may be working with. It's like holding them back. They could be heavier set, but they might not be. They might also just be well off, because that's also kind of what like having more weight on you kind of represents. But they also are just like, they're very sassy or very demanding, like based off of like this arm on the hip. Oh, that's weird. They did have a staff like that. Oh, that's weird. In Prince of Egypt, they had a, because I was talking about like the girl that like was brought in as a slave for entertainment for the Prince of Egypt, or Moses, and he was like watching it, being like, I don't really agree with this, but okay. There are like these royal mages that, I don't know, that was part of the entertainment too, I think, was they took a wand and turned it into like snakes, like before everyone's eyes. So I don't know. I guess there's some sages here, warlocks, mages, but a lot of them I'm supposed to do it for entertainment purposes. I don't. Or there's some, I don't know, is a Scorpio connected to a family where when they call upon doctors they are like witch doctors instead? Maybe. That's weird too. She's got eyes on the top of her extremely high crown. It's a very weird crown. I think honestly this woman kind of looks like one of the like witch doctors, warlocks for the pharaohs in the Prince of Egypt. Looks like one of them, I think. This could be a person that's very greedy and materialistic. That is possibly affecting this Scorpio, King of Swords, King of Wands. I don't know if I said the Scorpio. They're a very logical person. They're very confident and secure with themselves. So if they're the one doing the substance I mentioned, I don't know why they would be. I don't. Out of peer pressure, I suppose. Because I know a lot of people do substances because like they don't like themselves or they can't sit with their own thoughts. But I guess some people do it to be like cool. So maybe that's why the Scorpio might be doing it if they are. Yeah. What else? I was just gonna say something else. What the heck? I don't know how much time I spent on Scorpio. It seems like a long time. Ooh. These cards. I don't know if I'm spending more time on Scorpio. Then unless they just get a tiny gift from me. Ooh, Judgment, Temperance, Bull. Interesting. Pythagorean cup comes to mind with one of these cards, which is a cup made in Greece where it like the physics of it is if you are too greedy and you pour way higher than like what you should at like a party, it like is literally designed to like spill out. So you're supposed to take your fair share of like the wine or whatever they're drinking. It's called a Pythagorean cup, I think. Pythagoras cup. And that comes up. Well, first we have the Judgment here, which looks like a phoenix, like kind of pretty beaten up phoenix, but I mean still phoenix, which is Scorpio energy. Gosh, that is such an intense bird. Like the art style is not necessarily my aesthetic, but it's just like very impressive. Like, look at that. So interesting. I wonder if they make. I need to look up these artists, see if they do anything else or have made any other decks, honestly. So there's judgment here, probably on these witch doctors or people that are trying to hold other people and their family back from, like, maybe like becoming sober, or like, I don't know, maybe they're actually adopted and they don't know it. Like, I don't, or like maybe this person is like really like desiring a soul tribe or a soulmate, and like maybe this is a mom or something that wants to keep them close by. Maybe this is an ex, or just someone they work with, or a friend that wants to keep them close by, so they're gonna like do underhanded things to like try and keep them attached. And I'm getting this too, like interlocking. So I said it could be tit for tat. It could be like what is it called, a dick swinging contest. It can also, it looks like interlocking swords, and swords are thoughts. So possibly like the interlockingness is like sort of like this person's like trying to just trauma bond with this person to also keep them stuck. Yeah. But anyways, there's some sort of judgment for anyone that has negative intentions in this entire spread. Well, there's negative judgment, and then I think this Scorpio, King of Wands, King of Swords person is going to have positive judgment that basically helps them take flight out of the situation towards, they're going towards the sun. So there's also, I'm not getting a lot of Leo energy, but it could be Leo energy. And then there's like an eye in the sun right there. Also Egyptian mythology again, with the eye, kind of looks like Eye of Horus, Eye of Ra. And then again, when I was talking about the Pythagoras cup, this person, Sagittarius, is coming up more, because Aries and Sagittarius was very strong. So maybe look at the Sagittarius reading, because there's Temperance coming out. This person's very generous. And ooh, I love the design on their shirt. I basically just made like a malachite mandala on my DeviantArt with like that design yesterday. But like they don't even have like a lot, and their cup's tiny, yet they're still like, they're generous in giving a lot of their cup and pouring into other people. A giant basin, like there's probably already enough in there, so it's like, and I did get that message earlier too about the substance use, is that maybe this person's not aware that poppy related substances are being put in their stuff. I don't know which ways that poppy stuff can be ingested besides smoking. But if they smoke weed, I would be careful. I don't know if it can be taken by liquid, but maybe this person is now starting to become aware also. And like, it's like, even though Temperance or Sagittarius is like drinking a lot, maybe they're kind of being, what is it called? Being hesitant, being cautious about it. Or, you know, this person is just sobering up, because like a Temperance in the reverse is someone that like is indulging way too much, has too many vices. So yeah. And this Temperance came right over the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is right underneath the Death card with the horse, Aries. So lots of fire energy just like in one column here. Interesting. The only thing that's missing, really, I mean, oh, actually all of the elements are here, because Scorpio is the water, King of Swords is the air, lots of fire, and a good amount of like earth, but the earth stuff is like all reversed energy right now. And it seems like external stuff. And then, as I was talking about like the girl the Hebrew slave girl in Prince of Egypt that Moses ends up falling in love with. The Lover's card comes out. It's gonna be Gemini energy, but they're in the desert again. The only other card with the desert is the one I was like talking a long time about. Yeah, and they're like meeting each other in the desert. There's an arrow on this parasol. So Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini. I don't know. What else can I say about this other than like, I don't know. Okay, well this cheesy song called "Found Love in a Hopeless Place" because it's like a desert. But this person might also just live near a desert. I mean, there's like fire here too. Like this person lives somewhere where it's kind of hot. But there's like flowers here in this desert, in this growth. There's growth anyways. And I think, yeah, I feel like the feminine is very nurturing. Like they're the one with the umbrella here. And the sun has a mustache. Very interesting. Oh, he's got the Hitler stash. Or, I mean, no, it's not Monty Python. Who else has that stash? That's like more, I don't know. There's like another pop culture person that is, yeah, not controversial that also has that kind of mustache. Maybe they're important. I don't know. I'm starting to get so distracted now at this point in the reading. I'm so sorry. It's like almost been 3 hours. Dang, I forgot the last thing I was gonna say about it. I mean, I don't really. So like it's like not like they're holding hands. It's like they're like their arms are like going up into each other's sleeves. So I don't know, these people, they just like, they feel like one with each other, I suppose, or very close. Like mesh into each other. I'm sorry. And I don't know, I mean that phrase like heart on your sleeve. Scorpio, not the type to usually do that. They don't usually wear their heart on their sleeve, but like these people, they may be more private, but it's like with their their arms and stuff like inside each other's sleeves, it's like they have been able to, maybe intuitively, like Scorpio's very intuitive and psychic, naturally. They're just able to read each other really well, could like finish each other's sentences, type of thing. Just like, I don't know, they just know how each other work. So that may happen for this lover situation. I took way more time on this reading. Whoops. What was the... Ooh, I'm so hot. And finally, Leo. Which is weird because Leo is the sun. You know, usually they're not last. Okay, and we got the Everyday Witch Tarot. So, someone has witch tendencies here. May also be a musician of some sort. Might have a cat. Or just might be Lyran ancestry. Yeah. It is funny too, though, because what, the sun's the biggest? This is the biggest deck that I used out of all 12 decks. Like, size-wise. This isn't how it was before. Oh, gosh. This is not... Dang it. They got mixed up from their original order. I'm trying to remember. Okay, yeah. There you go. So we got the Knight of Wands here. This Leo, very adventurous, likes to explore, kind of likes to observe or people watch. I think this Leo lives near a forest or where there's a lot of trees, perhaps. There's a dragon up here. Smog, looks like smog. Which reading had smog in it? Virgo. Virgo had smog symbolism in it, so maybe also watch the Virgo reading. Yeah, very like a big risk taker. Also, I'm having multiple things. So okay, Draconian ancestry, Lyran ancestry. This person might have very explosive energy. Like, I still don't know why chaos magic users use the term explosive, but they have been recently. I haven't figured it out yet. Usually they just use bomb for the gematria significance. I don't know why they're saying explosive. But that's not why I'm using it. I'm just kind of tangenting and mentioning it. But there's like this cat. Looks like they're taking a big risk. I thought this was a dynamite at first. But it's just a part of their shoe. It's in the middle of casting a spell too. I wonder what kind of spell he's casting. Maybe he's like about to fight this smog. Yeah, maybe he's actually getting ready to fight. I thought he was just like observing it and flying around. I don't know. This person could also like Harry Potter, perhaps. They might align the most with Gryffindor because of the red cape. Which I think the Gryffindors isn't their symbol a lion? And yeah, Gryffindors are also very confident, leader type energies. Interesting. What kind of message? This Leo or someone around this Leo has very like odd, rare body capabilities. Like, I don't know, this cat is like wrapping their tail around this broom. Like, that doesn't necessarily seem natural. So I don't know. This like person gives me like ambidextrous, or what is it called? Double jointed, or just extremely flexible or something. Or maybe they're just very adaptable. Maybe just do things in ways that people don't usually. Okay. And there's the moon here. So we have draconian ancestry and lion ancestry already, but then we have this witch here in front of the moon that reminds me of the E.T. movie. A lot of more alien symbolism here than I guess in other readings in this video. But the moon, so this is Cancer energy. I think this is the only major arcana card, so maybe also the Cancer reading could be relevant. And I think it's also funny because Leo is technically kind of like the cat, and like this deck specifically is the most cat oriented besides my other cat deck that has a missing death card. I don't like using it. I think I'm like less concerned now about using decks that have a missing card, because Spirit will put the exact right cards in front of me to be like, oh, I'm actually also getting this kind of energy from this, even though it's not that card. But when I was practicing tarot a couple years ago, it like really irritated me if a card was missing from a deck, and I would just like not use it anymore or try to reach out to the seller to get a new one. I don't know if that's a message for Leo or something, that like even if they lost something or they need to replace something, they may be kind of like, I don't know, this is also giving like problem solver, like innovative problem solver. They're able to like find ways to, you know, make things work. Maybe DIY a lot or something, you know. Leos can be really creative. Oh, Leo and Cancer. It could be a Leo Cancer cusp. This, which one? No, wait. Oh, okay. There's another sign that had to do with hot springs, and this reminds me of a place with hot springs in California. It's by Yosemite. So the other reading that had to do with hot springs was Sagittarius. So maybe also look at that reading. And so there's a little kitty here. And it's interesting that like when they look in the water, it's like they view themselves as a great jaguar. I think that's I like that. I think it has both positive and negative. Like, I have both positive and negative interpretations about it, and that this person is very confident, like a Leo. Like, they view themselves as even stronger than like what they look like. And I mean, they could be putting on a front, but like I'm not necessarily getting that. This is like this is upright moon, so like this is like maybe like they know how to like be confident without being like overly confident to where it like possibly attracts the wrong attention. But when they look at themselves in the mirror, they're like, yeah, I know. But yeah. Oh, what is also that Panther Jaguar from Jungle Book? I know they're an antagonist character. They're very sly, very persuasive and charismatic. Oh, what is his name? I mean, I think people know like what cat I'm talking about. Bajira. Did I know someone with a black cat named Bajira? Who is that? Oh, that makes me mad that I don't remember that person's name. Or who owns that cat. Great name for a cat, though. What was Bajira's, like, point and plan? Did he just want to eat, like, Mowgli? Was that his point? I guess I'll take some time to read this. There might be a message here. Short-tempered panther 8. So this Leo might be short-tempered. That served as the guardian of the man cub. Oh, he was a guardian? Oh. Wait. Shere Khan. Oh, the black cat. Oh, was the positive one. Shere Khan. I guess I'm getting it mixed up with Lion King and Scar now. But, definitely channeling Bajira more. Bajira volunteered to take the man cub to the man village, but Mowgli refused and wanted to stay in the jungle. Okay. Well, this Leo potentially views themselves as someone that could be a great mentor or guide to other people. But I think they're very charismatic or very emotionally matured, that they know that they can't push their ideals onto people, that people need to come to them. Hopefully. Maybe that's something they need to learn. But, I mean, and then the more negative interpretation here is it reminds me of the mythology of Narcissus. Where, like, and, like, that's a shadow side of Leo. It's so weird because the positive and negative interpretations of this are, like, the high vibrational, low vibrational sides of Leo. But it's like, Narcissus, like, wouldn't stop looking in the river, and literally, I think, just looked in the river at his reflection until he, like, passed away and died. He didn't care about anything but that. So, hopefully, this Leo is the former instead of the latter. I'm assuming, though, because the cat shows up in other, I mean, the black cat's almost in every card in this spread, because that's how the spread is, but just interpreting it as, I think this cat did move on from the river and didn't, like, continue, like, staring at itself. So I think it's more of the positive interpretation of them viewing themselves as a very strong individual without being too cocky about it. Then there's 10 of Pentacles. There's a family. And then there's also, this card reminds me of a Jester or the Fool. So Aries energy. There's 3 sons. Lots of masculine energy in this family. And it's so weird. I just saw a dog like this in, like, YouTube videos today. I don't know. I don't have much else to say about this. Right now, at least. So, 10 of Pentacles. This person, this Leo, may come from a pretty stable family, or a family with, you know, maybe more masculine ideals. Of, like, working hard and I don't know, because the next cards are kind of concerning. Maybe this is a future family that's meant for Leo. I don't know if this is a past family or future family meant for Leo. You would probably know whether you resonate with this already or you don't know yet. If you don't resonate with this as Leo, this might be something in your future. However, and it's kind of weird, I don't know, or there's just, like, some sort of demonic or devilish, like, energy because like they're sitting on like a chair bench, and then these kids are sitting on a chair bench, kind of in a similar way. I have multiple interpretations for this. Well, one, the devil can also be Capricorn energy. But this devil guy kind of looks pretty similar to the dad. Pretty similar. So either I think these kids in this family are being bribed to do something with ill intentions, or that's interesting too, or they are bribing the devil. Maybe the parents built all of this. Maybe they built everything of this from making deals like this when they were younger, because they're sitting in the same position. And you know, I know chaos magic users use ice cream all the time to cast blockages and freezing spells on people. And they do it for money all the time. Isn't that horrible? Ice cream's awesome. Why would people put such negative, cruel intentions towards such a yummy dessert? I'll call it out. But yeah, so I don't know. Either the parents built their legacy off of this, or the kids are being manipulated. The Leo could be involved, could be one of the children, or maybe it could be Leo's siblings. Also interesting though, because I said Bajira is the black cat, and then I was like, oh, I thought they were talking about Shere Khan. I thought Shere Khan was like the black cat and was the antagonist. But Shere Khan has this coloring. So if there's like a brother and sister, or I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be brother and sister. One person could be more masculine, one person could be more feminine. It seems like the feminine energy of the siblings or the parents was not as okay with these kinds of like despicable demonic offers and deals, while the masculine energy, whether it's the siblings or the dad, was much more okay with it. Yeah. So if it's the parents, the mom might have just like went along with like it and be like, well, okay, if that's how you want to like build our legacy, like they're like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to have to work that hard. So there's this. So this is like trying to choose between investments and not knowing which way to go. Do I want to screw over people or do I not? Ooh, also getting the PED like feelings about him now, because these are kind of kids and the ice cream thing. Oh, I don't like that. I hope this family did not build their wealth off of children in a despicable way. I feel like this Leo I'm talking to is younger, like in their 20s, 30s. But like, if for some reason this Leo is like older and already has a family, like, keep an eye on where your kids are going and what they're doing. And like, don't be too invasive, but like who they're talking to. But yeah, there's like trying to figure out how they want to. Oh, weird. They're standing on a seesaw. That's kind of weird. And I think what Bajir is here trying to help them decide right by putting weight on one side of the seesaw. This also reminds me of like justice, the scales, so maybe Libra is apparent here. But I guess they ultimately make the wrong decision and wrong investment. Yeah, it might be the siblings. Yeah, it might be the siblings because red and red. And then look at their stockings. I don't know. Or maybe it's the parents and the siblings. Like maybe it's just the same generational cycles happening. That they sacrifice people to get. And then there's the house in the back. House. So there's a lot of family stuff for Leo. If Leo's oldest child, I would be wary about your family. Usually they sacrifice the oldest child. The people that do this kind of stuff. And I guess yeah, so either they took this deal to have someone to leave someone out in the cold. Push someone out of their house. This literally almost looks like the same house also. Or their investment literally led to them being like in poverty, perhaps. Led this family to like losing a lot because of the horrible karma they gained. But I feel like this, I didn't even notice that. I thought this was like a tent at first. That's actually a woman. I mean, yeah. This boy right here. I mean, he looks very similar. He looks like this one. But I mean, he kind of also looks like this one. I don't know if it's the Leo or a sibling. There's a mom out here though with a lantern. The mom could be a Virgo. There's Virgo energy here. Someone is forced into being a hermit or being alone because they got ditched by their family. Yeah, I don't know. Wrong deck. Scorpio reading might be relevant because I tried to read from the deck I used for Scorpio. Almost. Oh my gosh, it's already 3 hours. I haven't even done the collective reading yet. I gotta do my homework. I didn't know I'd be doing this for this long. Okay, anything else to tell me about Leo? Also, I feel like I took way extra time on Leo's reading too. Like the last 2 readings. Okay. The tower. Oh, great. right. Well. Ooh. I don't know. I almost feel like this Leo maybe got outcasted from their family. Possibly. And they might get help from like an older woman or witch and be like, do you want to get revenge on your family? And like, it's going to be a test for the Leo to say no. Or these are just, this witch represents like the family possibly having karma hit them for having abandoned their kid or son. Judgment. Yep. Okay. Ooh, yeesh. Tower, Judgment. Yeah. Oh, dang. Like, I was like, that's interesting. Oh, no, they usually. I was like, Judgment doesn't usually have instruments in there. But yeah, someone might be a musician here. Judgment does usually have an instrument. They usually have a trumpet. And she kind of has a trumpet, almost looks like a flute, though. But for some reason, I was like, oh, Judgment doesn't usually have an instrument. And I was like, who usually does? I was like, the devil usually does. And I was like thinking of Sims. Like, I think sometimes when the Sims dies, the Grim Reaper comes and plays the violin. So I don't know. Devil's Capricorn energy, which already came out here, and the death is Scorpio energy, so Capricorn or Scorpio readings might be important. And then I'm getting like the Fool from like just the stance here. Kind of looks like a similar stance to the Fool. So this Leo is gonna have new beginnings and everything after Judgment basically like cleans the slate for, I think, this Leo to move forward with their life. And yeah. All right. I would say I'm done, but I said I was gonna give a collective reading. I almost want to stop the video and like do a different, like do another. Dang it. I have too many cards. Okay, fit them all on my table. Sorry. Ugh. Oh gosh. Oh. Ooh. Okay, what's the collective reading? Say here. Crap. I guess I should have set this up a different way. Honestly. And I might. Take my time. The Lovers came out multiple times as the last card. So did the King of Wands. It's weird, like all the kings and queens are in reverse for the collective reading. Okay. I mean, the world needs a lot of healing. So. Okay. Sorry about that. I guess I could have paused the video, but I just don't like stitching my videos together because I'm lazy. Well, I'm kind of lazy, but I also did just record for like hours. Okay. Collective reading. I got the 9 of Coins. And the 4 of Cups. What here? King of Swords, the World. Collectively, the world itself is being harsh with themselves about their own fruits of their labor and their efforts and like what they've accomplished for themselves, I guess. Yeah, sorry that took a moment. Jeez. But yeah, so this is harvest. This is a very plentiful harvest here. But this is someone like looking away and denying like the Holy Grail or the actual like wish fulfillment offer. And this is like being critical or dismissive, illogical possibly. I got the word delusional. Delusional is usually more of like a cup suit thing, but delusional. So people are kind of just like either being critical towards other people about their harvest and their accomplishments and their fertility, or they're being harsh with themselves. And this is like all over the world collectively. Also very fixed mindset energy because of all these fixed signs. Oh, what does this space fairy do? Oh. Okay. I think a space fairy tries to defeat this like scientist in Neopia that is basically like, he's either experimenting, like genetically experimenting on Neopets, that's happening in the real world. And I think he's also doing like mind control on them. And so she's trying to like stop that, I believe. And she's a space fairy, so like this gives me like alien intervention almost. With, I don't know, Lyran's here, avians are here. Wouldn't know what the monkey and the cow would represent, but so this is like a trick of the Matrix, basically. It's just to keep people being like just critical of themselves for not making enough money, trying to keep them, restrict them into 3D stuff, because like they're looking at all of these fake birds again, like I mentioned at the beginning, and they're like caring about how they come off as a proper like husband or wife, or like is marriage even like, is marriage just a thing of the Matrix also? Like I obviously still want to get married and find like my true love, but is marriage a part of the Matrix? They want to keep people codependent, and feeling like they're stuck in a hole that they can't get out of, that they just need to keep climbing out of a hole they can't get out of. Yeah, they want to keep people codependent or very materialistic. What is the cults again? Six of Pentacles. Yeah, they want, I think the Matrix is trying to keep people like sacrificing people to get 3D things. They want people to focus on wanting 3D things, so you know the elites can keep convincing people to do this kind of stuff. Collectively, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people are like remembering like their Egyptian lives, possibly. I don't know, because this cow was reminding me of Hathor, and this monkey is supposed to represent Aquarius, and Aquarius in my Egyptian card reading is represented as Nut, the goddess of the sky. And Nut, the goddess of the sky, does have skin like the space fairies' tights. It's like all stars. So I don't know, Nut and Hathor might be important. And I mean, in my arc, there's supposed to be certain temples in Egypt that like left like very ancient codes for us humans to remember when the time is right. Like when we're finally ready to like ascend. Like Hathor, or whoever was Hathor that they then made into the symbol of Hathor. Because I'm sure it was like a real person at some point, or maybe an alien. And then Hathor is just how they made it a metaphor. I don't think I'm articulating really well correctly, but I feel like there's a lot of sacred knowledge that is just like being like clicking into people's brains. They're just getting psychic downloads very, very fast, because it's time for this Matrix, this old status quo of being in the 3D to end. I don't know how this would. The lovers, they're from the graveyard. Tombs. I was just talking about tombs, and this is a pyramid. something ancient from pyramids or tombs is going to be like illuminated, because this is the moon. There's something hidden. The moon also represents like Pisces, the subconscious, psychic abilities. It all and Cancer, psychic abilities. And Cancer also represents the mother, and Hathor is very motherly, fertility, nurturing energy. She was kind of like the mother also. So yeah, and then the spiral can represent going back home and sometimes moving away from what you have seen, like based on which way it's going. And there's a spiral, and then it also reminds me of this. Oh, I don't have it on hand right now. I'll show you. Where is it? Ammonite, though. It's the naturally spiraled, fossilized, like crystal ammonite. That stone is really great for in giving people, connecting people to ancient knowledge and everything. The Lovers also I mean, yeah, like Sally, he was buying into consumerism or 3D things, being liked by other people, gifts, you know? Christmas is kind of a pretty 3D holiday. The way it's been kind of morphed and warped over time, it's now a very like 3D holiday, the things we do on Christmas. It wasn't beforehand, I don't think, but and then Sally, her creator, basically, which is also weird because what I said, this space fairy fights against someone in Neopia that basically like splices together in like Frankenstein's Neopets genetically. So I'm getting people that were like zombies and people that had maybe aren't even entirely human or something, or been genetically modified. And even just regular humans. I think they're all basically going to be enlightened about things that came from their past lives, from the grave, from their ancestors, and they're all going to start to vibrate higher. And then 4 of Charisma, which I think was actually, I put my little key card away. I think that's supposed to be 4 of Pentacles, because that's what it looks like. But yeah, these are the draconians that were kind of like leading the Matrix along with the reptilians. So they're gold. Oh, there's a spiral in his tail too, going the same way. Yay. Like, it was all meant to be this way. It was all meant to be for these people to be greedy. It created character development for these people. But it's like they're gonna have to move forward with time too, just as these people are. Everything is changing. And I don't know, possibly even the lower vibrational energies, they're going to have upgrades that lead them to like want to stop doing this stuff. They're gonna have epiphanies. The white snake, is there a white snake called Naga or something? What does the white snake really represent? I mean, I don't usually see. I try to not. I don't really agree with the music industry anymore. So, but sometimes bringing up songs is a message, because you know, people like who I'm about to mention are definitely probably reptilian. But I think Megan Thee Stallion has a song called Hiss. And she does a great job kind of explaining, I suppose, like, just all of the evil eye and all of the, like, what is it called? Just all the, like, weird freaking things people do to cause drama, to cause strife in other people's lives, just to feel better about themselves. That's what this snake scarf reminds me of. I don't know if there's an actual message there with the Megan Thee Stallion Hiss song. Is it even called Hiss? Or is that just the album? I don't know. The one where she's like talking about Nicki Minaj or something. I guess also, I don't know. I like this message more as that it's just also ancient knowledge. Like, that was like in the Garden of Eden, like the snake represented ancient knowledge. It wasn't necessarily evil knowledge, it was ancient knowledge. And it's like going up around above her throat chakra and then down, like people are gonna have like kundalini awakenings, or they're just gonna be like a massive balance for people's chakras, possibly. I don't know. And then Chariot. There's a lot of white birds here. I've been seeing so many white birds like across the spreads, so I don't know, like a dove. Well, how was the dove a part of Noah's Ark? Was it at the beginning of the myth or at the end? It was to show. It was to show when things were okay again. And it's like raining here. Flooding? Are we gonna have actual floods that are gonna like wipe the slate clean? Possibly. Because the next card is the Tower. But yeah, like, I don't know. The Hierophant is about values and beliefs also. So people's values and beliefs are going to change a lot from these Kundalini awakenings and this new knowledge that is being bestowed. And interestingly, this is nearly almost a spiral going in the same direction also as that's kind of weird. And so, and then there's just like white birds and doves, and I think the dove basically came to Noah saying, it's okay now, it's time to land again. We have purged all of the people that needed to be purged for there to be a nice new world for well-intentioned people to live in. Supposedly the Noah's Ark thing is like based off of like stuff in the Emerald Tablets where the giants were like hurting the rest of the species on Earth to the point of like, you know, near extinction or something. I have no idea. There's just so many fake things on the internet, so I don't know. But apparently, like, the aliens that seeded us flooded Earth to kill the giants. And that's why there's like megalithic temples like in certain places. It wasn't just alien technology that helped humans build it. There's like actual giants that supposedly built these megalithic structures. So, yeah, there might be some flooding or something, or tsunamis. Maybe it's not going to flood the whole earth, but there's going to be some sort of natural disasters that are meant to happen. And it's weird too because this is supposed to be, I think, like fire, but since it's pixelated, they kind of look like coins. So it's like these draconians, these reptilians that were hoarding things, literally a tower is going to come and hit, and all of their 3D possessions, doesn't matter anymore. How is this? I don't know how this card fits in with stuff, but I mean, this is giving me like Prince of Egypt stuff too. Or I don't know. It was like the universe is basically telling like these people that were being greedy and selfish about 3D things. They're like, hey, maybe if they're like, you don't have to be completely perfect, but if you're at least remorseful and start doing some things with positive intentions instead of being completely evil and greedy, like, we'll probably be like more forgiving on you. I think a lot of maybe these people have been getting messages like that. They're like, no, I'm gonna keep I don't really know how to fit this message in. Or like even that, like, yeah, these people that built up towers based off of the 3D in the Matrix, they're on top of this tower being like, no, I don't want to leave my tower. Like, I don't want to, this is my crown, this is my tower, on top of something that is so just outdated. Like, they'd literally rather fall in their tower than try to escape alive, because that's how attached to their possessions and assets they are. Oh. There's 2 towers in the collective reading. That's the only card that, like, sheesh. Oh, wait, no. The Lovers card repeats more than once, and the Tower card repeats more than once. That's interesting. Ten of Swords. This looks like more flooding. Or betrayal of some sort. But, like, this is like a betrayal. Whoever was doing betraying, whoever was being greedy, they sabotaged everyone, including themselves. Maybe the draconians and reptiles think they're gonna get away, but, like, I don't know. Like, there's also gonna be like I don't know, so many people are gonna feel like they got stabbed in the back or betrayed, or that they need to defend their own. Like, if there was some sort of, like, a lot of natural disasters that make people have to be in, like, closer quarters with people, like, people might be taking each other out. I don't know. Am I going too far with this collective reading? And then the Tower again, with more rain and lightning and everything. This is a circus. A lot of people built this tower just for pure entertainment, to, like, step on other people. It was all for entertainment, supposedly. I don't know. It was all for looks. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to really interpret that second tower other than it's another tower. Yeah, I guess, yeah, people just rejected what the universe was trying to give them. Trying to give them advice and everything. Betrayed everyone and themselves. Tower. Jeliel, the helping god. Love and wisdom. Love came out again, the Lovers. Okay. Victory over those who would attack you. 2 of Wands. Planning on where to go after the towers have hit. I think maybe only the more positive or angelic people will be there in the aftermath. Or if everyone is still there in the aftermath, there's going to be a lot of healing. A lot of healing in the heart and the sacral chakra for everyone. Because I think those... the Matrix tries to hit all freaking chakras. But you know how much, like, they push that, like, sex is important. Like, think about it. Here's an ad for this, and here's an ad for that. Like, oh, you don't have this. Here's an ad for that. And, you want to do this to attract someone. I feel like, the Matrix definitely does focus on trying to manipulate people's heart chakras and sacral chakras a lot. And so maybe, like, I have no idea what kind of tower this is, but it's going to help, like, the collective, like, heal their heart chakra and sacral. And then the Lovers and the King of Wands. King of Wands, how does this fit in, though? I mean, they look like a sage with that gigantic stick. Well, I'm thinking of Rafiki now. I mean, what did Rafiki say anything prominent? I don't remember any, like, super important quotes he said. Should I look it up? I can't believe I'm almost at 4 hours. Holy. Rafiki? Movie? Rafiki is a story of romance that grows between 2 young women, Kenna and Ziki, amidst family and political pressures. I doubt it. It's a very feminist kind of, like, download there. I'm sure some men would not be happy about. But I was like, okay, well, maybe, the patriarchy has been so that if people were actually going to be, like, just wiped out, like, in a Noah's Ark thing or some sort of purge or cleanse, that, like, maybe there's going to be more women on the earth than men at that point. Maybe more likely, there's been millennia of patriarchy, and I don't remember which mythology this was or which religion had the belief that, like, there are cycles of, like, masculinity and femininity, but it takes, like, millennia for it to go back and forth, and it's, like, time for, like, femininity. That word. Help Simba return home and reclaim his birthright as king. That is a goal of Rafiki's. Helping divine individuals, high vibrational people, return home. I was saying return home with the doves. The doves tell Noah when it's time to return home and reclaim his birthright as king. Get Kiara and Kovu together to stop the war between the Pride Landers and outsiders. Encourage Timon to look beyond what he sees. Ah, yes, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know. Healers such as Rafiki that have his sort of mindset, and Rafiki's very, like, kind of Gandhi-like. Gandhi-like people are going to come to the forefront and basically help shift the world away from patriarchy ideals and masculine ideals and start to at least balance it more towards femininity. Help grow fertility and flowers in a desert, in a place that has become so. A desert is lacking water, and that is lacking empathy, that is lacking emotion. That is kind of a big thing about like the toxic masculinity present in the world. These Gandhi like people are going to help bring water back in the ways that water is actually meant to be used, not just siphoned from people. And the last card, Judgment. And I don't know if I mentioned this in another reading, but like I really like the beginning, and I haven't ever finished the freaking book. It's so hard for me too, but the Silmarillion with J.R.R. Tolkien, how he talks about how the world was first created by sound and music, harmony and disharmony. There's been so much disharmony in the world. Judgment's coming in to bring more harmony. Yep. I don't know. I guess that is it. That was long, and I really hope this saves. Oh gosh, it's way long. I hope my computer has enough storage for it. Oh god. But yeah. Thank you all for listening. Please subscribe or comment. This is like the biggest reading I've ever done, and I know more people probably want like zodiac specific readings, so I tried to do that today. Thank you so much for listening.